Sam Bankman-Fried's conviction on 7 counts of fraud in federal court is another step in the long-running FTX saga reaching a conclusion. Joining us now to discuss is CoinDesk Global Policy and Regulation Managing Editor Nick Day, who's also the editor of CoinDesk's State of Crypto newsletter. Good morning, Nick.
Hey, good morning.
It's just me and you this Monday morning. Emily and Lawrence have the day off, but we got a lot to talk about and a lot to unpack. The question now is, what does this verdict mean for the industry at large? What have you been hearing out there?
You know, it's kind of funny, right? Because on the one hand, the actual charges, as even prosecutors sought to emphasize, it's fraud. There's a lot of the things that they accuse Bankman-Fried of doing. Crypto was the vehicle, but it wasn't necessarily it's not like he rug pulled a token or whatever, right? It's not quite the same as like an actual, pure crypto crime. It's he set up a company, he took customer funds, he took it. So I feel like a lot of the crypto industry has been kind of responding with relief almost, because this is, in their view, not a super crypto related thing. Ignoring, of course, the one giant elephant of crypto being at the heart of what happened here. But I think a lot of people are kind of relieved at that. You do see also a lot of, other voices who are maybe not as into crypto, who are still saying this is a sign that the crypto industry made it so easy. And, that is a, sign that it's still, easily corruptible or useful for criminals and, malicious actors. So a lot of mixed results, but mostly I think people are just saying he stole $8 billion and he's going to go to jail or go to prison.
Yeah, Nick, I think you just highlighted this education gap that we speak about so much in the industry. Folks who are maybe not familiar with crypto see this as a crypto story because crypto is at the heart of it. But as you know, folks in the industry have said fraud is illegal. There are laws in place to deal with this. No new legislation is needed. And now he's been convicted on all 7 counts. Let's talk about what's going to happen next. Judge Lewis Kaplan set sentencing for March 28th. That's when the hearing is going to happen. What happens between now and then, if anything, and what can we expect to happen in March?
Yeah, so first off, that March 28th date is tentative. So normally what happens, and what it seems like they discussed at the end of the trial on Thursday, is before you get to a sentencing decision, the Office of Pretrial Services and other things, creates a memo. They basically say, okay, here are the alleged crimes, here are the factors that, we are looking at, and there's detailed document out there that lists what the guidelines are. X crimes result in Y, years recommended. Certain activities or actions lead to what they call enhancements. So the Office of Pretrial Services is going to create this document, this memo saying, okay, here's how many years of prison we recommend, based on everything we have seen, the record from the trial, the, alleged crimes, the severity, the money involved, etc. Then the defense and the DOJ are both going to weigh in. They're going to have their own views. The defense is obviously going to say, well, that's too much time. We think that this is, unfair. No one was killed or whatever, so we want fewer years. The DOJ, unclear to me what they'll say, but probably some version of the opposite of what the defense will go for. And then, right now there's a tentative date for March 28th, but the complicating factor here is there is a second trial scheduled for March 11th on a number of other charges that Bankman-Fried was accused of across the last couple of months. These charges were severed from the original case for reasons tied to basically, the treaty with the Bahamas, under which Bankman-Fried was, brought here, extradited to the U.S. We have until February for the DOJ to, give a decision to the judge saying, okay, we're going to either pursue these charges, we're going to drop these charges because we've already nailed him on the other set and we don't need to do a second trial, or maybe they'll say, hey, we need a little bit more time to think about this. Either way, if that second trial is held, I imagine it'll mean the first trial is going to get pushed back because, why do 2 of the sentencing procedures if you can just wrap it up in one?
Nick, some of the legal analysts and experts we've had on the show have predicted that Sam will get somewhere in the double digits of years in prison when it comes to sentencing. When you're talking to your sources in your reporting, is that kind of what people are saying that you're talking to as well?
Yeah, the range seems to kind of really live between like 20 and 30 something years. I haven't seen anyone predict more than that. Of course, we've seen all the headlines and everything about 115 years or 110 years in prison, but that's based on if all of the charges were taken consecutively. But my understanding is that judges usually don't go for that. They'll say, okay, well, these are 7 different charges, but the alleged, conduct at the heart of them is all the same. And so it's really just one crime kind of charged 7 ways. So, it's the 20 to 30, less than 40 range is what everyone I've spoken to says. No one really kind of, we've had 1 or 2 outliers on either extreme. Some people say, or one person said 5, one person told me like 50-ish, but I think most people have been within that 20 to 30 something range.
All right, Nick, thanks for joining the show this morning. As always, it was a pleasure.
Thank you.
That was CoinDesk Global Policy and Regulation Managing Editor Nick Day. And it's still not too late to sign up for the SBF trial newsletter, which will follow Bankman-Fried's sentencing decision.